Showboat Theater getting ready for another production. It's the Spongebob musical. We got JK, executive producer, in. Talk about getting the Spongebob musical. How did that come about?
So I did this show in Florida when I think it was 2021, and I loved it. It's easily become one of my top favorite shows. The music has got a lot of great artists that have helped create it. Aerosmith, help me out, Beth. What were some of the other ones?
John Legend,
Panic at the Disco. What's another one?
Lady A.
Yeah. So there are plenty of great artists that have helped make it the musical that it is, and it's really got a bit of every genre of music almost in it. But it's a lot of fun. It's great for the kids. It's great for adults too. So we've kind of busted out every technical aspect that we could think of to put in this show. So we got projections, some crazy fun lights. We got haze, bubbles. What else do we got? We got beach balls that get tossed around. There's a lot of fun to be had.
So how is this going to tie in pretty close to what people see in the cartoon?
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's all the characters that you see there. Squidward, SpongeBob, Patrick, a few of the other ones, like the mayor of Bikini Bottom, Perch Perkins, Old Man Jenkins. So yeah, there's tons of those characters in there. You'll notice some icons in some of the projections, like the pineapple that SpongeBob lives in, the rock, the Krusty Krab, those sort of things. So,
very good.
Yeah.
Well, let's swing it on over to the stage manager, Kyrsten. Now, talk about putting something together like this.
I mean, like JK said, it's a lot, like everything we could possibly think of. So it's just with the team, lots of coordination, lots of paperwork, lots of tracking between the team of how things are going to work on stage. It's definitely been a crazy couple of days getting this show up on its feet. A group effort for sure for this one. But
let's find out a little bit about you. How did you get interested in being in theater and a stage manager?
Oh gosh, going way back. I mean, definitely found theater in high school and just knew I wasn't the performer type. I did like performing, but definitely had more of the technical mind. So sort of fell into stage management and went that route in college. And my professor at Chico State was Matthew Miller, who was the artistic director here at the Showboat. So that's how I made my way to the Showboat. And this is my 7th year.
Talk about the responsibilities of the stage manager, first of all, before the production actually goes on stage, and then once it is on stage.
Yeah, so in pre-production is what we would say. Again, lots of tracking, lots of paperwork, and coordination among the team to make sure we have everything we need to get started. So ultimately, it's managing the rehearsal itself, so making sure we have everything we need, the people we need, where we need them, and when we need them. So just all the scheduling type of things. And then once the show actually opens, it's my job to maintain the show. So once the directors and designers leave, I am the one running the actual show.
Okay, now talk a little bit about putting together the props. Are you involved with that at all? I mean, the construction aspect of it?
No, not really. I'm more communicating with the props designer. Okay. Through rehearsal, we realized this prop needs to work this way on stage, so if we could change that, or it needs to be this size because it's got to fit in so-and-so's pocket, things like that. So it's mostly communication among the different team members and departments.
Is this your first summer in Clinton?
No, this is season number 7.
Oh, number 7?
Yeah, I've been here since 2016.
Okay, were you ever in on the program with Dave when he was doing the show?
No.
Oh, so first time on the program?
Yeah, it's my first time.
So what keeps bringing you back to Clinton?
It's always the people. I feel like I get to come home every summer and work with my friends, and I've always been really proud of the shows we do. We do it in such a short amount of time, but with really, really talented people.
So when you're not in Clinton over the summer, what are you doing?
I work in California. I graduated from grad school in 21 and have just been working freelance since then.
All right,
in California.
Good. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Let's talk now to Molly Beth. who has a
Hi.
last name, but she says she likes to go by Molly Beth since
Molly
she's,
Beth Blanchard is my last name.
since she's from the South. So tell us a little bit about your background.
My background?
Yes.
Well, I go to school for musical theater. I go to Ohio Northern University, and David Coolidge is my professor who worked at the Showboat, and we auditioned, and I got the job. So I came here to the Clinton Showboat, and I am playing Karen, the computer wife, in Spongebob. And I've been in Young Frank and Cinderella this summer, too.
So how has the summer been going for you so far?
It's been crazy, but I really enjoyed it. I was just telling JK today, actually, it's so fun. So we rehearse one show during the day while we do the other show at night, and that's been so fun for me, just to dance and sing all day. I mean, that's the dream.
Have you done anything like this in the past?
Not of this craziness, no.
Of this
I've done a show in 2 weeks before and put it up in 2 weeks, but never while I was rehearsing another one at the same time.
I've always heard summer theater is kind of like a boot camp for the actors. Talk about that.
Yeah, it is like boot camp. We're up at sometimes we start rehearsal at 9, sometimes 10, and then we go until 10 or 10:30 at night, depending on when the show ends, and you're working and always learning and always gaining a new skill and always thinking. Your brain is always on.
The Showboat Theater, of course, it's such an intimate setting. You're so close to the audience. What's that been like for you this summer?
Oh, it's been so fun. We in Cinderella, we went out in the audience and threw beads during Princess giving a ball, and seeing all the little girls' faces when they had their tiaras on and their princess dresses. It was so sweet. And I had a little girl come up to me and she's like, "You gave me a bead." And I was like, "I did." And she's like, "You were my favorite." And it was just so sweet. And it's so fun to, because you can feel when they're enjoying it, but when you actually go out and you can see their faces that they're really enjoying the show, it's really rewarding.
I would think so.
Yeah.
So how'd you get interested in theater?
My parents met doing theater, so I always say it's a good thing I like it because I never had a choice. And literally my baby shower, my mom's baby shower for me, it was called a Broadway Baby is on the way. And so I started dancing when I was 2. My aunt owned a dance studio. And then when I was 4, I did a musical. My parents' friend needed a kid, so they just threw me in there. And ever since, I've just done whatever I can and did it all through school, all through high school, go to school for musical theater, and yeah, I love it. I
So-
never planned on doing anything else.
So you're at school in Ohio
Yes.
right now. How did you end up in Ohio from Louisiana?
Well, I never planned on being in Ohio. I will say that. The audition process for colleges for musical theater is really grueling. Probably a lot of people say it's harder than auditioning out in the real world for musical theater, because it decides the next 4 years of your life. So I auditioned for probably 20 schools. So I went to places like Dallas, and I did about 11 auditions in Dallas at a audition where a bunch of schools came.
Yeah.
And then I went to Chicago and New York and a few other places and auditioned.
So this
And-
is while you were in high school.
Yes, my senior year of high school. I actually got a letter from the Department of Education saying, "You've missed a lot of school, so you need to make sure you get on it." But it all worked out because then COVID happened and I didn't have to go back. So, yeah.
So now, when you were doing these auditions at various places, were you running into a lot of the same individuals or no?
Yes, I was. So I made a lot of friends, and I actually did have friends already because I went to a program called Southeastern Summer Theater Institute, which is for high schoolers, and you do put up a show in 2 weeks. I was there for a month. You learn the show in 2 weeks, do it the third week, and then the fourth week is master classes from people they bring in, which a lot of them were college professors that I got to meet, which was fun because then in the auditions, I already knew them and had made a connection with them before. And so a lot of the kids, and I would say almost all of the kids, were at those auditions with me, so I always had a friend wherever I went.
You are getting ready for your senior year. What's that going to be like? How's that going to be different from the first 3 years at your school?
It's going to be different because I'm going to have to think about what I'm doing after school, after I graduate. So the plan is I'm engaged, so I'm going to get married after I graduate.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And after I get married, I'm moving to New York with my soon-to-be husband.
Okay. thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the next production, the Spongebob musical. What are people going to see on stage from you and from the other cast members?
Well, from me, I think I play a pretty good computer. So you'll hear a lot of beep boop bops, a lot of robot. I bow as a robot at the end. And me and Plankton have a really fun dynamic. We're trying to destroy Spongebob and his plan to save Bikini Bottom because we need them all to love Chum, obviously, at the Chum Bucket. And it's just so fun. It's as fun as the cartoon, if not more fun, because you get to sing and dance. It's the cartoon come to life, like in its truest form. It's so fun.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Best of luck to you. Let's wrap
you.
things up with JK, as always we do. And, of course, people, they're going to want to see this production. How can they do that?
They can buy tickets online in the box office or in person. They can, between the hours of 11 to 4, Tuesday through Saturday, and then Sunday from 12 to 4. You can call as well, or send us a quick message on Facebook, and we get you set up that way. And real quick, just to let you know, we did announce the season for 2024.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
want me to tell you what that is?
Yes.
All right. Which you can buy tickets for that at the lowest price. You can get them on Tuesday, July 25th, 7:30, the Follies. We have food trucks going to be there beforehand, and we got great music on the back deck until the show starts, so you can come early. But the season is a season of jukebox hits. So we have $1 Million Quartet opening up the first show. A great show. It's got Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash. I forgot the last one's name, but there are plenty of great songs in there. And then Rock of Ages follows that. And that one's a great story of 70s, 80s rock to it. And then we have We Will Rock You, the music of Queen. And then the last one of that season is The Marvelous Wanderettes, and that's 50s, 60s kind of music. It's got good hits in there like Can't Buy Me Love. What was the other one, Molly Beth?
Mr. Sandman, Stupid Cupid.
Yeah.
I was just ready for that.
Yeah. So yeah, plenty of good music in there. The Deckhand shows High School Musical. So come on the 25th of July. Get tickets. They're $10. It's a great price for eating entertainment, and you can get the Bally's you can buy next year's tickets for $80 for 4, and we're doing away with the Flex Pass. We tried it wasn't really working, so we went back to the old model of season tickets. So $80, 4 tickets, or you could get 6 tickets that you could use however you want as well for $95. So
Sounds like it's going to be a great season next
Yeah.
season. You got one more show this year, and that'll
do,
be coming
yeah.
up right after this production.
Yep, August 3rd.
All right, very
Yeah.
good. Thank you all for coming in, and
Thank
best
you.
of luck to you.
Thank you.
On the last ad we did for Whimsical Wonders, we told you they were completely restocked.